Okay, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your absolutely favorite podcast. You know the name.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With Griffin. Riffin with Griffin. Riffin with Griffin, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Riffin with Griffin, baby. Riffin with Griffin. Riffin with Griffin. Riffin with Griffin. It's real with Griffin.
All right. Okay, we did it. That's the fun part of the show, I guess. Whatever. Hey, welcome back to Riffin with Griffin, guys. We got a special one. Well, whatever. I don't know why I even say that. We got a special one. It's just the same one, regular old damn podcast. This is what I do. They're all special, I guess. Rachel's back, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Talk about Thanksgiving. Had a great Thanksgiving. I made the turkey myself. We're going to discuss that. But anyways, thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin, and I appreciate you guys being here once again. You know, it's been a while, a few weeks. You know, this is weird COVID times, and I know I'm just like exhausted the subject of COVID, so we're not even going to get into that. But first, I want to say thanks for watching, and make sure you catch me daily on Twitch. That's Erik Griffin Gaming, so make sure you check that out. And I appreciate you guys being here. You know, I've gotten so many different messages and so much stuff. So it's like, ugh, you know, it's like enough already about it. You know, LA just shut down again. You know what I mean? So they're shut down. You can't even go eat outside at restaurants. I don't know what all these like shows that are going on. I think they're all going to stop. Everything's going to stop again because the cases are rising. So cases are rising, and it's like, you know, it is what it is. And we'll see. It may even rise even more because people got together during Thanksgiving. So we'll see what happens. You know, I'm not an expert. I don't know what's going on. I just like to pose some questions, and you know, all these responses. I got like some of the responses I got this really condescending response from somebody. Somebody sent me just, you know, it's like, you know, well, people act the way they act when they send you messages because of all the holes in your arguments. Like, and he calls himself a fan, but he's just it just was like it's such a rude message. People don't know how they sound, but I don't care. Regardless, it doesn't even matter. So we're not going to go into it. Just all I'll say is this: please, you know, stay safe, be socially distant. Let's do our best to stay safe, stay healthy, do the best you can. Are we handling it the right way? No, we're not. And that's why cases are rising, and that's why all these things that are happening right now. So we'll see. All right. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving, guys. You know, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Like I say, Rachel's going to come on, and her and I are going to talk about how we did for Thanksgiving, and you know, I look forward to that. I guess briefly what I'll talk about, because I haven't talked about this in a while, but I went to go see my mom. You know, I didn't see her on Thanksgiving Day because it was just the timing of it, because they live an hour away from me, so it was hard to go see. But I saw her yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, whatever day it was that I saw her, and it was hard. You know, my mom's got mild dementia, but it's just, I don't know why I say mild. It's just dementia, you know, regardless, whatever it is, you know. And, I mean, it's a funny disease, really, if you step back and just look at, like, the things that are happening, you know. So this new thing, my mom got in the car because I couldn't really go inside to where they are. I'm not supposed to, even though I could have snuck in, but you don't really want to do that, you know. So she gets in the car and we go on a drive. So this, you know, again, my mom thinks her grandmother's alive. So, you know, even though her grandmother's been dead for 40 years, you know what I mean? 40. And then, you know, what's a really strange thing too? She was talking to me the other day about her uncle, her grandmother's son, you know? And she was saying like, oh yeah, I remember him. But she was like, oh, he must be long dead. She's telling me this. She's like, yeah, if he was alive, he would be like 99 years old. Oh, he must be long. Like, he's dead. She can logically understand that her uncle's dead, but her uncle's mother is still alive. You know what I mean? Like it's like she, you know, it's hard not, you know, the thing you have to do is you cannot respond. It's so hard for me because I'm such an asshole. You know what I mean? That's just being honest about it. I'm a comic. So my thing is to like point things out. So we're driving in the car, we're in Oxnard and we're driving, This is her new thing is to like, she keeps going. We pass a house, right? She goes, Erik, that house, that's the house I went with my grandmother when I first came to California. That house right there. I'm like, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like in your mind, I'm trying to tell myself, Erik, just let this go. You know what I mean? Just let it go. 6 more blocks. Same thing. Erik, see that house? That's the house that my grandmother brought. She did it 4 times. On the 4th one, I was like, you just pointed out 3 houses. How many houses did you go visit? And I shouldn't have done that. I mean, I'm laughing about it because it's just like, I just can find humor in anything, but it's hard, you know what I mean? And that's how I deal with it, but it's just like, and I shouldn't have done that because I could tell that she was like, I could tell that there was a moment where she even realized she was like, oh, I did kind of point out 2 other houses, but then she just said, oh, never mind, and I just like, let me just ignore this and try to like enjoy this time I spent with my mom, and it's hard. I find myself, I do avoid it. And I shouldn't. I don't know if you have a family member with dementia, but it's like, I don't have a lot of family. My mom's like one of the last of my blood relatives that I actually I have a relationship with. So it's hard to deal with, but I have to just make the effort, just getting her in the car and driving around, especially just for my stepdad's sake, because he needs a break, I'm sure. I can't even, like, man is the salt of the earth, man. So kudos to him. I love him dearly for what he's going through right now, and he is never going to have to worry about anything as long as I'm alive. You know what I mean? Just for this bond that we share now because of this horrible disease. So my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that is dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's and all these types of these kind of brain diseases, and hopefully, knock on wood, we find a way to like cure it, stop it. So if you donate to like your local whatever, so make sure you do that. So that was that. I don't want to just start starting off on a downer, but it is what it is, guys. That's part of my life. I talk about my life on this podcast, and that's what it is. It's Riffin with Griffin. All right. Other thing that was happening is like, they had the big fight, the Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fight. Listen, I don't like fights. I don't like fighting. I don't watch it because I'm just not into it. I don't like watch. It's too violent for me. I barely like football. If it wasn't for fantasy sports, I wouldn't even watch football. It's just too violent. My buddy Eric Koch, he's been on the podcast. I don't like watching him fight because I just feel like one wrong hit, one wrong kick, one wrong anything, and then what? He's paralyzed or he'll never be the same. And it's just like, I hate seeing that. So I do not like fighting. So I didn't watch it, But what I did watch was, I saw on Instagram, they had the undercard, which was Jake Paul and Nate Robinson, former NBA basketball player. Nate Robinson, little dude, he won the dunk contest. He's a few different teams, but he's just a dynamic athlete. So let's just look at it. Here's from Jake Paul's Instagram. It comes in, jab, punch, jab, uppercut, right hook, knocked him the fuck out. Like, bye. And it was not good. You know what I mean? It was not good. That knockout, do you see that? That sucker was, whew, man. And so I looked it up because I wanted to find out, did they have beef or something? Turns out they didn't even really have beef other than Nate Robinson just called him out. Jake Paul, brother of Logan Paul, they're social media stars. They've parlayed their fame, their online presence into a multi-million-dollar business. Okay, the guys are filthy rich. All right, you look up highest paid people on YouTube, they're in the top 5 all the time. Okay, the guys make a lot. Both of the brothers, they make a lot of money. They have a successful podcast. They're just personalities, and then they know they're not liked. They know that people, and so they got into fighting, which is also all it's doing is generating more money for them because they have these like exhibition fights, and then boom, here they are, making money. They're in a Tyson undercard fight. It's crazy. So, anyways, they didn't really have a beef other than Nate Robinson called him out, like, I want to fight, because I'm a world-class athlete. And, and he was, first of all, basketball players are some of they're the greatest athletes on the planet Earth playing in the NBA. just physical specimens. You're talking about dudes that are 6'5", physically cut. They run fast. They jump high. They're strong. I mean, to be in the NBA, you have to be such a physical specimen. So, and I get it. And he was a short guy, short stature guy, but he could jump out there. He won the dunk contest. He just was like and a phenomenal athlete. And so he thought, oh, look, I'm sure there was a racial element too of like, I'm gonna beat this white boy up. You know what I mean? He got his ass beat. And the reason why is the complete and utter disrespect, lack of respect for the art form of boxing. That's what this was. People out here think they just putting on mitts and they gonna go in there and it's just, oh, I'm gonna be able to do this. Nah, man. Listen, I don't fight. I'm not a fighter, but I have done a few boxing workouts. Before COVID, I was going to this boxing gym I went to Glove Works in Santa Monica, Glove Works. It's actually partly owned now by King Batch, a buddy of mine. He invested in it. It's a great workout. Boxing is a full body, great, intense workout. But like, I ain't a fighter. I'm not sparring with anybody. You know what I mean? I'm just swinging my hands and hitting stuff. And then when like, you're sparring, when you're, when they're training you and they got their mitts up, they're actually doing this too. So they're moving forward while you're punching. When you get that connect, it feels and sounds and makes you feel powerful. Because when you hit that mitt and they're hit, it makes a sound and you like, oh, I'm ready to throw some hands. You think like, I wish somebody would test me. But trust me, you're not really doing anything. So like I remember the first time I ever did a boxing workout, and I know I've talked about this on another podcast, but I don't care. This is my podcast. I do whatever the fuck I want. Anyways, so Craig Robinson, a buddy of mine, he started to do boxing. He was like losing weight. He always goes in these phases where he loses weight. So every 2 years, Craig Robinson loses a lot of weight, gains it back, loses a lot of weight, gains it back. You know what I mean? Because I get it's hard at our age. You got it. It's hard to stick with it. But he was on a boxing kick, so I go with him, and the trainer is this old grizzly black dude. He might be like 61. You talking like, come on, Eric, get your hands up, boy, get your hands up. Just a trickster. I remember he was supposed to bring gloves for me and he forgot and he tried to blame it on Craig. He's that kind of guy. Like I told you, remember I told you you're supposed to bring it? He's that kind of dude. So first thing we do is I have 10-pound weights and I'm walking on a treadmill on an incline. And I actually use that when I go on the road and I want to get some exercise. I go into the hotel gym and I get their weights and I get on the treadmill and I walk with the weights. And then I'll even do curls while I'm walking. I try to get like that kind of workout in, So this was a hard workout, because I hadn't worked. I was fatter than I am, Now, when I do that, and then we do some drills, and then it's time to get in the ring for 3 minutes. And I got to tell you, that was the hardest workout I've ever done. That 3 minutes in that ring, and this dude, he got his, he's moving around me. He's like, hit the bat, hit it. I'm hitting the thing. I'm trying to hit. I'm trying to move. I'm trying not to trip over my own feet, and then he's like, hit it, but keep your hands up. He kept saying that to me. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. And I wouldn't do it. And then he hit me in the face. Pow, just tapped me in the face. And I was like, motherfucker, initially, I was like, you don't hit me in the face. I'm trying to work out, and then, but he was like, keep your hands up. You know what I mean? And then, so you lock in. I remember getting locked in, and it was so hard. Threw like 4 or 5 punches and I was exhausted. After that workout, I had so much more respect for boxers, their endurance, and what it takes to be in the ring for that long and throw that many punches. You hear him throwing like 50 punches thrown or something. And I'm like, what? I don't even know how to do this. So they're so in shape. At the end of the thing, I remember him saying, it's like, I'm in there for 3 minutes. It's the last like 20 seconds. And he says, finish the fight like you were in the streets, And then I was like, this is what I did. I was like, and then bing, bing, bing. And I was like, I'm out. I'm done. Bye, everybody. Bye. Hard. And it wasn't until recently that I came back into it, before COVID. I was like, going there. Cause that sucker, it's a tough workout. So my point is though, even I get how people go do boxing workouts And because of the nature of it, and you're hitting the bag and you're getting out all this aggression, or you think you ready to box, you think you can actually step into the ring. Nah, man, you can't. And that's what we learned in this right here. Nate Robinson got embarrassed. He should be embarrassed. It was embarrassing. I was sad for him. But for him to think just because he was a world-class athlete, oh, now I'm going to jump into the ring with somebody who obviously trains. Jake Paul and his brother, this is what they've been working on now for a few years now is, being amateur boxers, and fighters. So this guy, he put him to school, man. It's like, have more respect for the footwork, for the art of defense in boxing, of how to throw your punches, how to use your body, how to move. Like, it is so much more than just two guys swinging at each other, trying to hurt each other. Like, boxing is a beautiful sport. After you try to do it one time, you'll figure it out. So I thought that was just, it was just terrible. I mean, we should look at it. Just look at it again. I've already been showing it over and over again, right here, just like of how just devastating that was. But it's like, come on, man. Whew. He set us back. It's like, good night, brother. Good night. So there's that. My thoughts and prayers to Nate Robinson and his boxing career. Other thing what I wanted to just bring up is I've been having these different thoughts and feelings about sex workers. I know that's weird, but I remember being on this podcast, Guys We Fucked. I forgot the girls' names, but it's a great podcast, and we were talking about prostitutes and strippers and things like that. And it was a very polarizing conversation because I got so many, the most interaction I've ever gotten from a podcast appearance, actually. So it was like 50% of the women would hit me up and be like, I totally agree with what you were saying. Then the other 50% would be like, you're an asshole. You don't understand what sex worker, that this is a legitimate business and all this kind of stuff. Right. So cut to now years later, and I'm thinking about it because of COVID. I actually have a different feeling about, how I feel about sex work and people doing it. First of all, let me just say this. I'm old school. I come from an era where they used to have on HBO, there was this show called, I think it was called Hookers at the Point or Hookers on the Stroll, or it was they had a few of them where it was like hookers. So when you think of sex work, in my generation, you think of hooker. You think of a street walking, drug using, abused, emotionally just broke down person, hooker. Okay, 4 different kids, just in the system, you know what I mean, been to jail. It's like there's this sort of demonized negative stigma you have about prostitution when you're my age, because that's what it was, that's what it is. So what are you supposed to do? But cut to now, things are different. But I will say, I'm not going to sit here and act like I think that this is okay for everyone, because I don't think that it is. But I don't think that we should demonize it the way we've been doing, the way I have in my own head, because cut to now, I have many friends these female friends who because of COVID, they lost their job or they got an OnlyFans account, and here they are making good money, paying their bills, so it's different. But look, we can meet halfway, because I don't want you to sit here and because there's a lot of people, and I don't want to just start the discussion within the comments and people talking about what are your feelings about sex work? Are you one of these people that thinks it's a terrible thing and it should be taken out of society? Or are you somebody that's like, hey, people are monetizing their look and their bodies and in a safe way, and they are making money off that, and they should be allowed to do that, because how is it any different from swimsuit models? I mean, look, you look on Instagram, man, you go to Reels. Because I follow Rachel and I follow a couple of her friends and just being a dude, you see a girl with big titties and you're like, ooh, who's this? All of a sudden now your reels that they suggest, it's all the same type of thing. And I can't believe how many countless these young women, these 18 to 25-year-old women who are they just dancing. First of all, they can't dance. So I don't know what the hell they're doing. They can't dance. They in bikinis doing these suggestive, sexy dances, and it's just there. Do they understand that this is for everyone? That every single person in the entire world who is on Instagram can look at or TikTok can see you dancing like a stripper. Like, it's like, do they know that? So it's like, okay, there it is right there. And then a lot of those people have decided, well, let me take this as a commercial and, hey, come see more and pay me for it. So I'm starting to have a different feeling about it. I start to go like, go do you monetize. It's like when I go, it's like I take my fame from being a comedian and an actor and I take it to Twitch and I'm playing video games and people are watching me play video games. That's me monetizing my personality. So these women and men too, because there's a lot of men on OnlyFans too, making money. So it's like straight and gay, they're out there just doing their due diligence. So here we are. Why are we have this stigma, this like demonizing of people who are monetizing their sexuality? So I feel different. I'm feeling differently about it, especially when people and you talk to them. There's female comics, man. There's female comics out here who got OnlyFans accounts because they weren't getting a lot of spots or they were on the come up. And they're beautiful and they're like, okay, well, I got to pay bills. I don't have a regular job. I was, people doing odd jobs and doing different things to try to get by, to try to be an actor, entertainer. And they decided, hey, I got to go into this. It's like, I don't know if we should fault them for that. So I'm starting to change my feel for it. It's just at the same time though, it's like, let's meet halfway, because don't act like if your younger sister, your young cousin, your young female in your life comes to you and says, hey, guess what? I want to be a prostitute. You're not going to be like, well, let me show you how to do it. No, well, I would hope you wouldn't do that. So let's not act like this is an adult industry. So don't act like it's something that you could just talk to or say to anyone or feel good about it if you're talking to like young girls. You know what I mean? So let's be real about that. But at the same time, though, the world is different. I mean, getting old, I realize, isn't about necessarily getting old and, you get crotchety and old. No, what happens is you lose touch with what's happening, because the world is ever evolving, ever changing, ever moving. Music, culture, things change. And when you're older, you get stuck in like the ways of like, oh, well, this is how I know it to be. And then the world is like, well, we've actually evolved and changed and the world's this way now. And, the ones that can't go, oh, let me grasp this. Let me figure out what this means and let me try to understand it. That's people that can like thrive and stay relevant, And I want to be one of those people. I want to stay relevant. I don't want to just sit here and be like, oh, back in the day, my day, we did this, that. It's like, no, you can't do that. So, with technology, the way it is advanced, it has made the people in a more safe way for people to like be involved in that type of work. I mean, I've talked about this before, but I liken sex work to a casino. You put a casino in a neighborhood and look, it makes a lot of money. It's fun. It's providing jobs. There's upside. The downside is there's a lot of crime and seediness around casinos. Pawn shops open up and there's a lot of like lives are ruined. I mean, there's a lot of bad things that come with that. There's good and bad. I think it's the same thing with sex work. My girl likes to listen to all these podcasts and like she follows TikTokers, and there's a few strippers on TikTok that they'll come and they'll tell their story. And I was watching with her and this girl was talking about like, she was like, well, I could make $900 a night. I could just keep going. But she was like, I just had a hard night. The men were super aggressive. The thing she was talking about, the psychological effect of, because strip clubs, same thing. Strip clubs, that is just a seedy ass business. It's a seedy environment. It breeds like this sort of like objectifying. It really amplifies the objectifying and how of the sex worker in a way that I just don't like it. I've never been a fan of strip clubs. It's just, I don't like it. And when you talk to a stripper, they'll say things like, oh, I hate men. They hate men because of the men that go to strip clubs, and they don't, they had bad experiences because of what happened at that strip, So I'm just saying, so there is that side of it, but at the same time, it's like, the internet is making it a safer, because a safer way to be a sex worker, because you have like the cam work, and you have if you are selling yourself, if you are having sex for money, it's illegal in most places, but you still doing it. People getting by. Now there's a more way to like track yourself, more way to like, maybe maybe they're FaceTiming with the person first and being like, hey, you can maybe get a better sense, a better gauge of like, is this going to be a safe situation? I mean, I don't know. I just think it's different. I mean, because I know that there's still seedy backdoor, back alley sex shit going on, but I can't think that all of it is like that. I guess is the point I'm trying to make. It's not all like that. There is some, you have to start looking at it and being like, hey, we got to stop demonizing this and making people feel shitty about it. Maybe we just need to legalize it, in the same way, or decriminalize it is the thing too. Like decriminalize. I think that's, instead of saying legalize, you decriminalize. Like stop making things that people are doing criminal activity. But again, it leads to it is surrounded by child pornography and surrounded by, sex trafficking and all that stuff. I mean, that goes hand in hand with sex work. It's in the same, what I mean? It's in the same book, it's in the same book. So that's why, there are certain feelings about it. So, but anyways, I guess I don't know why I'm even talking about this, but I'm just saying I'm starting to have a different feeling about it because listen, I don't ever mind being wrong about something. I like to pose questions. Like when I was talking about the COVID stuff, I'm just posing a question. I'm just asking a simple question, and people just attack me. They just attack because they like to hear themselves talk. They like to hear themselves. They like to they have their point they're trying to make, and they're not scientists. None of you motherfuckers are scientists. Most of you, there are a couple scientists that hit me up. Thank you, but you did it very respectfully. The rest of these clowns, they just some people that like hearing CNN talking points. You're all talking point people. Then you want to hit me up like, the holes in your argument is the reason why. It's like, you know what? This ain't the podcast for you, homie. So, but at the same time, though, you hit me with some facts and some information. I'm going to add to my knowledge and be like, ooh, well, I have this different feeling about it. Like somebody sent me an article about, there was something about like some side effects in the coronavirus are affecting certain people a certain way. And it's like, it made me feel like, oh, well, there's a way. That's a way you justify, hey, we have to, keep things shut down regardless of what it does financially to people because we don't know how this thing is going to affect people, right? So that's me taking that information. I'm going, okay, now that I understand. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm not sitting here like, anyways, I don't even want to go into that anymore because you guys piss me off. But anyways, again, I'm not opposed to learning something new, and I just want to evolve, and I want to stay fresh and relevant. So let's have a discussion. So you know what I mean? Hit me up in the chat. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up and make your call. I like to look at the comments when they're not troll garbage. You have your thoughts because I got some. When I talked about moving and I talked about renting versus owning, I got so much great information from people and great comments and great thoughts. So I appreciate that. So let's continue it here with this. Are you a person that is completely against sex work? Or are you pro sex work? Or you think that, should be like, they should have more rights and freedoms and they should be treated just like any other profession, right? So I'm starting to lean more in that way. It's still nuanced. It's still a broad subject. It's still a lot, like I said, there's still a lot of negativity around it. Let's not fool ourselves. Like, let's be real. Let's be 100. Okay. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, this is all fun and dandy, because if you were speaking at a conference about female business, female entrepreneur business people, and then there was like a grammar school class there full of 13-year-old girls. I'm sure you wouldn't sit there and be like, well, this is what I do for a living. You know what I mean? Because you'd be like, oh, this is inappropriate for what's happening right now. So don't act like it's let's not act like it's like this 100% thing. All right. It's nuanced, and I'm leaning more towards, I am telling myself, you got to stop demonizing these people that are doing this thing just because I have these feelings that are old school. So anyway, that's that. So up next, my girl's back, my fiance, the beautiful Rachel's here to talk to us about Thanksgiving, crystals, and how I need to shower. Thanks for watching. Get a sound check. Hello?
Hello.
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 Are you in? You're in? It sounds good to you?
Well,
oh, you don't even know because you can't. Yeah. All right, you're good. You look very nice.
Thank you.
You look very lovely, as usual.
Outfit change number 2.
Yeah, she would not. I said, you look fine. She was like, no, I want to put on my shirt because I wanted to show my crystals. This is my crystal shirt. what does that even mean?
I just remember that last time I wore the shirt that I was wearing previously, before this shirt that I'm wearing currently, I would sit down and it would runch up in the middle and it made me look very chubby.
Listen to me right
And
now.
so I thought this shirt just looks better when I sit down, and everyone understands that.
Okay,
They have a shirt that looks better when they sit down.
let me tell you something. I don't care what that shirt does. There isn't a shirt that's going to make you look chubby. Chubby?
Well,
This
it's that
is
little
chubby.
stomach roll. But like no, it's not even that I feel chubby. It's just the shirt makes me look chubby.
The shirt makes you look chubby. Okay. All right.
We'll just go with it. Move on.
Has that like always been a thing where like when you go, oh, I feel fat, or like, oh my God, this is fat. Like, are you aware like how thin you are to like say a real fat person? Do you ever think about that? Or it's just your own, like, I feel fat. So if I feel fat, I'm fat.
Yeah, I think it's your own personal, or at least my own personal range of fatness. So like within my lifespan of what I've been, from like gaining weight to losing weight to like in between, like I'm at my
Yeah, you're fattest right now.
maybe. I think high school I might have been
Had that
the
baby fat on
same. Yeah. It was just that like the bread. Like
did
for a
you
while
stop-
for a while I stopped eating bread. It was like when I first met you, I didn't eat bread
You did though.
on special occasion, like once a year.
Well, a Wednesday when we would go to a burger place. Once a year.
Okay, well,
who are you lying to
I'm
right
just
now?
saying,
It's
like-
not true. You ate bread all the time.
okay, before you, I guess.
No, but you still were always like, I don't want to eat dairy. I don't want to eat bread. I don't want to eat cheese. It wasn't like you did, but every restaurant I ever take you to, you eat bread.
Okay, I like bread. That's why I feel a little.
Chubby.
It's not bread, like
Yeah. All right.
What's it
I was
called?
always curious is like, because I guess it's all relative to whoever is the person talking. I mean, we all feel fat, you know?
It was just Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
I know. You shouldn't want to talk about being fat anymore. Happy Thanksgiving. We had a great, Rachel and I had our first, like, we did Thanksgiving ourselves. We cooked. Well, we didn't cook everything because Rachel saw her mom at the market, but I made a turkey, right?
Right. I mean, I think it was the last holiday we spent with my family. You turned to me right after and you're like, I want to do the next Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so I remembered. And so I kept reminding you, like, I think we're going to do Thanksgiving. Should we invite people?
I know. And then Corona happened.
I know. Good thing we didn't invite anyone.
We had enough. We could have served maybe 3 more people, right?
Yeah.
And Rachel made some delicious sides. She made a purple sweet potato thing.
With marshmallows,
marshmallows
on top
and-
and pineapple
Yeah, it was so good.
sliced in there. And then I made some green bean casserole with bacon.
Yeah, I
And
made the bacon.
then what else do we have?
Well, we had my turkey, the most important part of the meal. Let's get to that.
That was
okay?
so good.
Yeah, I really.
You guys, it was unbelievably juicy. It was the best turkey I could have asked for.
But I learned something. I learned some things that I will do different next time. But it really made me feel like, oh, I want to cook a chicken. I want to cook like a whole chicken in the oven. So, and then we're moving, so that's gonna be like a whole. I can't wait to do kitchen with Griffin in this new kitchen. It's gonna be because I'm tired of people clowning me about my kitchen. And Rachel talking smack about my place and then my kitchen. So now we're finally getting our own place. But let's continue to talk about Thanksgiving, and then we can go into like all that stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, because what else and then we invited our friends Miles and Amanda came over. Amanda is Rachel's model friend, and then Miles he's a really cool dude.
Well, he's her husband.
Oh, that's true. That's why they're married.
That's
why they can't. Right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They're married.
Don't act like they're your friend.
I know. It's like my friend got with her friend. No, it's their friend. So they came over. That was it. We just had 2 people over with us, and we had a nice little because it was Thanksgiving. It's
Amanda made macaroni and
she made mac and cheese,
pumpkin pie.
And they brought. Did she make the pumpkin pie?
Yeah.
Did she? Well, we'll say she made it. It was good though. So I don't know how everybody else's Thanksgiving was, but I think it was like I felt. You know what I felt? I felt like a real adult. Like I was like, oh, I'm providing Thanksgiving dinner for my loved ones and my friends. I just felt like that. It just felt good. I was nervous about that turkey, but we did it, right?
Oh, the day before, you're not even telling people that you were freaking out, saying, don't do it, let's cancel it.
Yeah.
Like, can they not come?
I know, I really was.
Like, why did you invite people? Like, what were you thinking?
Because I wasn't sure.
And I was like frantically cleaning up.
Yeah, Rachel fake. Let's just be honest about it. She don't like to clean up. She's just, we're both kind of messy, which is like, it's the only way you could actually work. Because like if you have a really clean person and a really messy person, those people, they're going to have come to a head. So we're messy until one of her friends comes over. And then all of a sudden Rachel is cleaning.
Well, it's kind of like a messy, organized situation. Like we know where everything is, but it's a little messy.
That's fair. We could clean up a little bit more. But anyway, she straightened up and all this stuff. And then they came over. But I was worried about the turkey. Because then Rachel bought the turkey. She went to, where did you get it from?
Well, okay, so I was too scared to go to Whole Foods the first day. I was just like, it's going to be crazy. There's not going to be anything left. Like, there's going to be long lines at the register and outside.
Well, okay, wait. Before that, though, remember, I was looking online to see, well, let me just order a turkey dinner.
Right. We were trying to order a pre-made.
Yeah. A week before Thanksgiving.
A pickup turkey.
Like it was going to be.
And ham.
Yeah, I wanted to get a ham.
Already made sides.
Yeah, but no.
Pre-made dinner, pretty much.
We couldn't find it anywhere.
No, it was all sold out. The only thing available were ham dinners, and I
wanted to get the ham dinner, but at the same time, I was like, you can't just have ham on Thanksgiving.
Well, I started really looking into it, and they come frozen, Eric. I don't know if you know this, but they ship it to you frozen.
All of the places.
And then you have to like pretty much bake it yourself anyway. So like
I'm gonna bake a ham next year.
If I'm gonna do that, you might as well go to the grocery store. I know Whole Foods bakes it for you, and then it's like already hot.
Yeah, they
ready
could
to serve.
But but there's a waiting list for that. We didn't get on any list because we trying to do it like a week.
Right. So I thought Erewhon was going to be a good idea.
Yeah, because she's so fancy. She got to go to Erewhon.
Not that I was fancy. It was just like...
Erewhon is fancy. It's a fancy, like, bougie-ass store, the overpriced store.
Okay, I know that, but... but they just have really high-quality produce.
Okay.
And I was thinking, if I don't even get the turkey there, at least I'll get some vegetables there. That's what I was thinking. And so I got some organic purple yams.
Yeah, those were good.
I got organic potatoes.
Yeah.
I also made mashed potatoes with gravy. And
you bought all the spices from there?
I bought all the vegetables. Yeah, all the spices.
Yeah, Rachel bought.
Oh no! I didn't buy the spices from there. I couldn't find all the spices because.
Where'd you get the spices from?
Because they were like on the ingredients list. It's like herbs, like thyme, basil. And I just couldn't find it in Erewhon because it's not like labeled, and I didn't know really what they look like. It was just complicated there.
Rachel and her brother are getting on my case because I call thyme. It's spelled Thyme. Thyme.
Okay, we're just like no one told you.
It's like, why? It should be thyme.
We're not mad. We just want to help you learn the correct way to say it.
There's already a time. Okay,
whatever.
When I say what time is it?
So anyway, I see these little turkeys already prepackaged in the refrigerator section. So I saw some guy walking right past me, and I was like, "Oh, excuse me, do you think this would serve for people? He's like, adults? No. And I was like, oh. And he was like, I don't cook. And I was like, neither do I. And he was like, let me get someone to help you. So he was like, oh, we just got the turkeys in too. So he's like giving me the like
Oh, you got
intel.
it was a good turkey.
Yeah. And so like the guy from the back, you know, who's like getting off his shift.
Yeah.
And so like he's like, yeah, we just got some in. Let me get them. And so he was like, how big do you want it? And I'm like, big enough for 4 people, 4 grown people.
4 grown ass people.
And so they come back with this 18-pound turkey.
Yeah.
They put it in my cart, and I just look at it. I take a few pictures. I think I sent you a picture. Then I sent Amanda a picture. And then I was like,
at that point, it's like, whatever.
yeah, I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I think this is too big for just the 4 of us. And then so I like went back to a different guy because the other guy left already. And I was like, you know, I think this turkey won't fit in my oven. Do you have a smaller size? Like maybe like a 5-pound smaller turkey?
5 pounds? That wouldn't have been, that wouldn't even been enough. Turns out
like it was an 18-pound turkey. So I was thinking.
So you wanted to go from 18 to 5?
No, just 5 pounds less. Like.
Oh, like a 10-pound turkey.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I mean, that's 8 pounds less. But yeah, something like that. And so they were like, no, all of the other turkeys are already for other people.
Oh, so you had to grab it.
Literally
Rachel,
the only turkey available.
You also got the recipe. She actually got the recipe online.
Oh, and then the guy tells me that the wait list closed a week ago.
I don't know what we were thinking.
This was a week. This was a Monday before Thanksgiving.
When we went and did game night at Amanda and Miles' place was when we decided, hey, let's have Thanksgiving together. And that was like over, like how long ago was that? And we didn't even think about like, oh, we'll be able to get the turkey. Like, you know, we'll be able to do this like, you know, 2 or 3 days ahead of time. Well, we didn't. But Rachel found a great recipe online, you know, and she actually bought all the ingredients and stuff for me to cook it. So she had like fresh rosemary, fresh thyme.
Oh yeah, then I go to Whole Foods
for that stuff. Oh,
and I bought they had all of the packets of like herbs and stuff, basil and
so it was like
all that stuff.
It was thyme, rosemary,
right, available for everyone. It was great.
Yeah, and
then I ended up running into my mom looking for. I think I was like in the vegetable soup aisle, and I was like again asking a worker, being like, where is the already made cranberry sauce? And then my mom must have heard my voice and turned around. She's like, Rachel? She's like, I'm making cranberry sauce and homemade. I'll make you some. And I was like, oh, can you also make stuffing? And she was like, yeah. Okay.
But she didn't like her mom's stuffing.
She put pickle in the stuffing, and I didn't like it.
I liked your mom's stuffing, but we have a lot of it left.
But I liked her cranberry sauce.
If anybody wants somebody can send you some of this stuff and it was good. So, but like anyways, like Rachel, she found all the ingredients. She bought all the ingredients and then left it in the fridge for me to do it. And it was like so scary at first. So what I did was I have my little chopper. And so I chopped up all of the stuff. You were gone. You had to go to work. But I called your mom and your brother because like, I don't know if it was the rosemary. It was rosemary, thyme, and I forgot what the other one is. But it was like, a branch, and it had very little leaves on it.
Right. I don't remember what it's called.
I forgot which one that was. But I wasn't sure do you just put the whole branch in or do you take the leaves off?
Right. You probably just take the leaves off.
That's what your mom and then Michael both said. But the other one, the soft one, you could put the thing in. Like the rosemary, it was so soft that you could just put it in. But this one was like these little leaves. So I was like, so I put it all in my chopper with a bunch of garlic. I ground that all up. Then I got some the soy butter, whatever the butter from Whole Foods that's non-dairy, and I put that all in the thing. I melted it. I put it in all the stuff, and then I basted the thing. Then you had to put an apple, you had to put a lemon, you had to put and all the rest of the herbs inside. Then I had this turkey and thing ready to go. I woke up in the morning nervous and scared, put it in, but it came out great. So we had a good. It was great, right?
It was great.
The whole thing was good. I'm saying all the Thanksgiving itself was great. So I hope everybody else out there had a great Thanksgiving because we had a great Thanksgiving. So I don't know if you have your own experience, your first Thanksgiving experience, write in the comments for me so I can see what that's all about. Or send me messages on Instagram, whatever. Let me know about your first time you as an adult had your first Thanksgiving. So I know what I would do differently, but I think it's a tradition, we got going on and we should continue it,
Yeah, I loved cooking actually.
Yeah,
It was a
fun.
little stressful. I was like, oh, I have to make 3 things and
Because you had to work too that day. That's why you were like,
yeah,
but she still did it. That's what she was a boss. Made 3 dishes the same day, left for work for me to cook the thing. And then we woke up in the morning. We were like dancing in the kitchen and we figured it out. I even made breakfast still too. So it was good.
Yeah, we have it all on video. We just need to put it together, so maybe we'll release it.
And that'll be on our on the Patreon. There's so make sure you look out for that. You go to the links, or I have it down below. The link down below. So go to the Patreon. We're trying to put more personal videos on there. So that was fun. So anyways, that was our Thanksgiving, and it was great. So we are moving. Rachel hates my place. We won't even go into it. It's her place now too because she lives here, but it's my place, right? So she hates it. The kitchen. She can't stand the shower. She hates the water pressure, right? You want to go bitch about
I
everything
don't think
now?
it's your place until you're on the lease. So I'm officially on the new lease. So it's our place officially.
Whatever.
And
I'm
so excited.
We checked the water pressure. It's great.
3 floors.
But they don't need to know all the business. They don't need to know the whole explanation of what the place is. But we found a new place. It's nice. We're moving to it. I'm saving money to buy a home. We'll do that in a few years. But for now, we got this nice place. We're going to do it. And it's nice, right? You like the water pressure in the thing. It's great. The showers are big. They got his and her sinks. It's spacious, so... kitchen is nice. Like I can't wait to cook in this kitchen. I'm looking forward to that, But then, Rachel got crystals, so that's what all this nonsense is right here.
Well, I thought the perfect way to start our journey together into this new home was to put some good vibes, good energy into it.
All right.
From the start. And I've always dreamt of having a place that I could put crystals. I've never had my own place since college.
Oh wow.
So
now you got these crystals.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited. I'm here to tell you why I'm so excited about them.
Okay, talking to the mic though.
And what they mean.
Okay, we'll just go one at a time.
What they're for.
Let's go one at a time.
Okay, I have it written in my phone, so let me just
all right,
go
so
through
here's this
it.
crystal that looks like a dude. This is very phallic. I'm wondering why she got this one because this is very this is a little dick right here.
Okay. Describe the color,
So
what it looks like.
It's like a lavender crystal,
Please don't drop it.
I'm not gonna. Why are you assuming?
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna,
You just have your hand
I got it, woman.
Okay.
Jeez. I'm not gonna drop. So this one's like lavender.
Okay, now let me describe it.
Look like okay.
This is called a Spirit Quartz. It's light
Spirit
purple
Quartz, all right.
and smoky and sparkly.
Yeah.
It is considered a master healer.
Mm.
The Spirit Quartz protects and shields one's aura. This crystal will also heal and repair damaged auras caused by toxic and malicious people. It will purify all chakras and harmonize all energy in the body to assist us in reaching the spirit world. Spirit Quartz is a stone that works well in a group setting, either social, sporting events, or at work, especially service jobs, due to it bringing prosperity and abundance to a group of people with collective vision. Spirit Quartz facilitates bonding in home environments, especially when a new member joins the family.
Okay.
It stimulates healing and peace in homes with fierce sibling rivalries and reduces resentment and jealousy when step families merge or when older family members must give up their home to move in. So I thought, I didn't really know what the meanings were when I picked these crystals, even though it would sound good if I did, but
being honest.
I was just finding the crystals that spoke to me the most, that I felt like I needed in my life. And so
you needed this little dick one.
Well, once I read what it was about, it kind of makes me think okay, we're going into a new home. We're merging families.
All right.
Like, it's just good energy for good groups for both sides of the family, whoever comes to our home.
All right. So there's that lavender crystal. So that's going to be.
Okay.
And what room is that going to go in?
I don't know, maybe the living room because it's good group situations, or maybe your podcast room. We'll see.
Oh, that's true too, right? Okay. What about this one? And This one
Okay.
is like looks like it's brown with gray, and it's very like shiny and sparkly, but it actually looks like just dirty.
Okay. Well, it's called a Smoky Citrine.
Mm-hmm.
It is a mixture of gold and yellow citrine and
Oh.
golden smoky quartz.
Smoky Quartz.
So this
What does it do?
complementary combination is very powerful, particularly in terms of grounding. The high vibration of the gold ray into the body, physical or grounding. Smoky citrine may be considered a superior crystal in terms of manifestation. Neither the smoky or citrine aspects hinder each other's prosperities. Rather, they work in perfect harmony with each other. For instance, the smoky aspect can draw negative energy from the self, and the citrine aspects will cleanse and transform the energy into a positive state, ready for one to use in an enlightening way. So, manifestation and what did I say?
I think we got it. We don't need the whole explanation for every single one. Just kind of like a brief.
Well, they say with that, you're supposed to really just breathe, like look at the gold and breathe it in.
Breathe the gold in.
Yeah, breathe the gold in, and it should give you a warming effect.
Okay. So there's that one. That's the Gold Digger special.
Wow.
Just kidding. You know, we don't think that.
Okay, this one's the most,
What?
like breakable. The most breakable.
It looks like really a blob of dog poop.
Okay, I could see that.
You know-
It also, to me, looks like coral.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but it
It's
just looks
just
like
very
some like
sparkly
crystallized
coral.
dog shit is what it looks like. But this one's like, which one? What does this one do?
Okay, this
Just give me
one
one or two sentences. We don't need the whole
is
the crystal background.
vanadite, or it's a stone known for facilitating and expanding the mental process while also promoting action and production.
Okay, there you go. That's all
So
we need.
it's good
Oh, okay.
for long hours of work.
This should go in the podcast room then, or when I'm gaming. Yeah.
And it actually stimulates sexual energy and can assist anyone who may have trouble getting aroused. So maybe not in your room, maybe in the bedroom.
Woo! This was going into bed.
And it allows one to
'Cause
connect
I'm
to
the
that
shit.
animalistic side that may have been locked away due to inactivity. So,
Oh.
like, since maybe a coronavirus or something.
All right. So this is like,
And it harmonizes well with other crystals and enhances its vibration. So
I like it. I like it.
now all of a sudden you like this.
Yeah. I mean, I like what you're saying about it. Okay, what about
Okay.
this one? This
And
one looks
so-
like baby blue.
Yeah, that's blue calcite.
Okay.
It's known to calm emotions, and I've talked about this I think before on maybe the first podcast.
All right. I don't know.
Um,
This is a new one you just got though.
no, it's not. This one is the one I had, but
okay. We'll leave that there then.
I've got them all from the same place.
All right. Yeah, she went to
So-
San Diego and visited her brother who moved to San Diego, and she got all these crystals for the new place. So yeah, so we're gonna have all this like chakra healing. I don't really care about. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I don't.
If you love it, I love it. So it doesn't matter.
I just love looking at it. It helps my anxiety.
Alright.
It lets me feel like everything's okay when I look at it.
Well, hopefully everything is going to be okay. Like I say, we're moving pretty soon, so I'm excited about that. One of the other things I wanted to like talk about, just some stuff about Rachel and I, which is just crazy. Like, so Rachel has this thing where I have to take a shower
Well, we have rules.
before I go to bed.
We
have
both
to take a shower.
have to take a shower, and we both have to brush our teeth.
Because Rachel will not brush her teeth.
That's not even it.
She's just lazy. She just will be like, I didn't brush my teeth. Who cares? I'm going to work. I have a thing on, a mask, so it doesn't matter. And so, And it's not the problem.
That's
is
not even that either. It's just like I wait. I'm like a procrastinator. So like I wait to the last minute to wake up for work. So like I just like I know it's a little gross, but
You should
sometimes
brush your teeth.
I'll just like get up, put some clothes on, and run out the door, and then get coffee and food. And I feel like even when you brush your teeth in the morning after you have coffee and food, your breath still smells like coffee and the food you ate.
Well, you never really have like.
And then I just come home and shower and brush my teeth.
You never really have like breath where I'm like, oh my God. So that's probably the thing too, where she just had the princess breath at all times.
I mean, I should know better.
No, but she has this thing where like she'll like, so now like I used to not take a shower at like, I'm not a night shower. I like to take a shower in the morning. But she's one of these like, you got to take a shower. So it don't matter what time of day. Like,
well, okay.
even if it's
Everyone
2 a.m.,
knows
3 a.m., I
that
have
a
to take
man
a shower.
sweats. And like, they don't know they sweat.
We know.
So like
I
the
know.
whole day goes by and you sweat. And then you come home and then I'm like supposed to like cuddle with you and you're just like a little greasy.
That's what she says to me. I was like, get your greasy paws off me. Your face is greasy. Your hair is greasy. So then after like...
Well, you have this golden glow of just like... of those like lights that you use for your podcast stuff.
Oh my God. So I'm greasy. So then I have to like, so yeah, that's our thing. So so now I do it. But you know, every time I do it,
I just think it's
like
very
it and
important.
I feel
Mental
better.
health, physical health,
Yeah.
cleanliness is very important.
I always
so
feel better
I think
afterwards.
it's good that we both motivate each other to be better people for just society in general.
Yes, I do.
If
love
not
it.
for kissing.
Yes. Well, yeah, that helps too. You know, even though like, I don't know, I like all her smells.
Yeah, we like dirty. Being
Hey,
dirty is
careful,
not
Rachel,
bad.
You're hitting this and this.
Okay,
this,
sorry.
That's all the noise that this kid.
I
People are gonna
apologize.
be complaining. They're gonna be like, "What's that noise?" But that's what that was. Her chairs hitting this. But anyways,
I got excited.
I know
That stone is working.
this just the sex stone was working, so we got to go. Actually, yeah, I'm taking this. I'm gonna start wearing this on the chain on my neck.
Wait,
it's gonna be
no,
right here.
it will break.
No, but I gotta.
You'll have to get a smaller one,
No,
so then you could put it in your pocket and carry it
be
with
ready
you.
for sex at all times. My sex stone. I see. Listen, I have my wand. This is my
Is that from
wand.
Harry Potter?
No, you know what? This lady in where was I in
Mulberry?
Nashville? One of the waitresses at the Nashville Comedy Club. She makes these. So she heard me talking about Harry Potter, and she said, "I make wands," and she gave me one, and here it is.
Oh, it looks great.
Yeah, that's right. So we have crystals and we have my wand. But anyway, guys, I want to thank my girl for coming on again, and I want to thank everybody for listening and watching, subscribing. Make sure you catch me on Erik Griffin Gaming daily on Twitch, and I put those videos on YouTube. And hopefully, you know, in a couple more weeks, actually the podcast, it'll probably look the same. I'm thinking of getting a new background for the new place. You think I should?
Comment below. Should we do a...
Yeah, should I have a completely new look in a new place, or like you don't even need to know because it's gonna be like this anyway? So who even cares? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you could do it exactly how
Yeah,
it looks.
exactly. No one would even know you moved. But I'm really excited about that. You know, I've been at this place for a long time, so it's like I do like going to a new place, you know, with my lady, and we're gonna be like have our place. But anyways, thanks for sharing, subscribing. Thanks for being a part of the podcast. All your comments and all that stuff. I love all that. And you know, thanks for supporting Riffin with Griffin. You could find more content coming more on the Patreon, and like I said, I'm on Erik Griffin Gaming daily on Twitch, and then I put those videos on YouTube. And every week, on Mondays, right after the podcast, I stream on YouTube the gaming. So make sure you go check that out right after this. And thanks again to my lovely lady Rachel for being on the podcast. She's gonna.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah,
It was my pleasure.
we'll figure out what else we'll talk about next time. But thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin, and I'll see you next week.